Police in London have arrested Peter Mandelson on suspicion of misconduct in public office. The former British ambassador to the US has been accused of passing sensitive government information onto paedophile financier Jeffrey Epstein. In the past hour, the Met Police confirmed that they detained a 72-year-old man at an address in Camden and that he has been taken to a London police station for questioning.
Officers from the Metropolitan Police arrived at Peter Mandelson's home in the London borough of Camden this afternoon. He was arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office, making him the second prominent figure to face that suspicion in under a week, after Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor's arrest just 4 days ago. It is yet another sign that the Epstein files will continue to upend the British establishment. Though police did not describe exactly what Mr. Mandelson had been arrested for, the latest tranche of the Epstein files appeared to show that, while serving in former Prime Minister Gordon Brown's cabinet, he passed sensitive information to Jeffrey Epstein, including by apparently giving him advance notice of the EU's 2010 bailout of the euro. Mr. Mandelson was one of the architects of Tony Blair's New Labour, is a former European Commissioner and until last year was Britain's ambassador to the United States, a position from which he was dismissed by Prime Minister Keir Starmer after the extent of his relationship with Epstein emerged. Tonight, that appointment will return to haunt Mr. Starmer, the arrest of a man he once called a close ally, raising fresh and uncomfortable questions about his judgment. Edmund Heafy, RTÉ News.
Well, for the very latest, we're joined by Mark Paul, London correspondent with the Irish Times. And thanks indeed for joining us, Mark. An evening of high political drama. How significant do you think this development is?
Well, it's a hugely significant moment in British politics. I mean, to see a former member of the House of Lords, a former Northern Ireland secretary, former party grandee of the Labour Party and one of its most senior power brokers for decades being led from his London home by police officers. I think those images will be replayed over and over again, just as the images of the former Prince Andrew last week will be replayed. He's a huge figure in British politics, and to see this development take place is something that's just going to cause a lot more damage for Keir Starmer.
There was significant doubt, as you say there, around the leadership of Keir Starmer just a few weeks ago because he was the man who appointed Peter Mandelson as ambassador. Does this development this evening, do you think it has the potential to reopen that debate again?
Yeah, it certainly does. I mean, Keir Starmer has been trying to put on a brave face over the last number of days, as he tries to reassert authority over his party. He appeared today in a surprise move campaigning up in Manchester, where there's a kind of a crucial by-election taking place towards the end of the week. But as you say, this will reopen questions about Keir Starmer's judgment. It seems he was warned before he appointed Peter Mandelson to the post of Washington ambassador in 2024 about the risks of doing so. Peter Mandelson's links with Jeffrey Epstein were already known at the time. Keir Starmer decided to appoint him to the Washington job anyway, and it's since blown up in his face in incredible fashion. So again, questions will be raised about his judgment, and those questions will continue until he's able to answer them.
And do we know, Mark, for how long Peter Mandelson might be held for? How are the next hours and days likely to play out, do we know?
Well, the former Prince Andrew was held for about 12 hours last week. They can hold him for up to 24 hours. If they want to hold him for any longer than that, they basically have to go in front of a magistrate. They can hold him for up to 96 hours if they get permission. Now, they had already searched his homes earlier on this month. When the former British Prince Andrew was arrested last week, they searched his homes while he was in detention. They had already searched Peter Mandelson's home. So it remains to be seen how long he'll be held for. But he could be held certainly for 12 or 24 hours at least.
Mark Paul, London correspondent with the Irish Times. Thanks indeed for joining us on 6-1.